Hey, I am checking in. I am on my way to work. But of course, I got to show up today. And it's like 7 p.m. But one thing I do want to talk about a little bit, and I might do a deeper dive into this when I got the time, is something that I realized that as I aged, the more books I read, the more research I've done, that was all based on advancing. The more I learned, the more my taste in men, people, associates, friends has changed. And it's crazy because it's like I still love people that I went on my life journey with. But at a certain point, we can't relate to anything because I've done some self-work. And this is not everybody. I'm just saying that there's some things people that's never read a book will not get unless they read that book. I might not be saying that right. Again, I don't want to offend nobody because I have some amazing people in my life. However, we're on different paths and different journeys a lot of times. I cannot see myself being with someone who's unlearned. I can't see myself being with someone who doesn't read. I can't see myself being with someone who doesn't do more than what they have to do willingly. Like, I shouldn't have to tell you to pick up something or read something and learn something. But if I'm the type of person that like information and education and awareness and growth, I can't see myself with someone who's not excelling in that. Because I'm going to need you to teach me something as the head. I'm going to need you to be able to have a conversation with me and we understand what we both saying because we're at least eye to eye. We kind of see each other there. And if I don't get it, I'm going to go figure it out and find it. And if he don't get it, I want him to have the mindset to say, I'm finna go learn this real quick. So, like, it's different. Because it's like growth is beautiful to me. See, I feel like a lot of marriages fail because people do these things unhealed. They link themselves with people unhealed. They jump into relationships based off emotional traumas. I just came out of this and you made me feel good. And then they have children with people based off you were just there when I needed you. But the you when you healed is so much different than the you in your trauma stages, when you're still feeling it, when you're still going through it. The you when you got it, when it's finally clicked, is different. And sometimes it clicked for you and never clicked for them, or it clicks for them and it hasn't clicked for you. It all depends on how hard you go after your healing, how much you go after learning and educating and improving yourself and doing the work. So, like, I sat myself down for a little bit. Because I started being impressed with what I like. I started being impressed with, like, oh man, this is where I am. Now I'm over that. Now you look good to me. I would never listen to a podcast, y'all. That's all I do. When I'm at work, I put on my headphones. I'm listening to ebooks all night, podcasts. I might even tune into some people's lives that's teaching self-improvement, that's teaching godly things and spiritual things. I don't do a lot of the TV shows anymore of the bad girl stuff, everybody fighting. I have no idea what goes on. I got 2 shows that I do watch. I still watch Sisters. I do. I still watch all the Power Universe stuff. I do. But other than that, I don't keep up with much of anything else. Unless it's like a movie, Netflix, something. However, I'm saying this to say that it is important to not make decisions that's gonna link you to somebody long term, forever, or cause you to bear children with someone. If you can avoid it. If it's happened, it's happened. But unhealed. Do some work on yourself. Get some counseling. Get you some books in. It's easy to read it. Y'all, I can you can do a book a day on Audible. You just put it in your ear and listen to it. Make sure you're praying constantly. Make sure you're paying attention to what you're dreaming, because God speaks through dreams. God really uses dreams, so don't ignore. Dreams are not just dreams all the time. Most of the time, they're messages. But at the end of the day, I want you to realize that God never exposes you to something just to let you see it. He don't show you people that has a lot. He don't show you opportunities or expose. You ever just been invited somewhere that you shouldn't have been invited to, and everybody in the room has some kind of status or financially stable? He didn't expose you to that just because he didn't want to give it to you. He didn't expose you to that because you can't have it too. He exposes people to different things that makes no sense a lot of times, because he wants you to desire it and want it, and he wants you to have it. But it's going to take some work. You get in those rooms, you start asking questions. You network. You figure out what they do and what could I do to receive the same things. Or you ask God for it. First thing you do is you ask for wisdom, knowledge, understanding, pray about it. God gives it freely. And then you seek it. You be patient with the process. And you understand that God has not given anybody anything that he will not give you. He is not a respecter of persons. It's possible for you. No matter what your state or situation is, healing is possible for you. He exposed you to somebody healed. Odds are he wants you healed. He exposed you to people speaking positivity. Odds are he wants you to be hearing and stand in more positive spaces. He exposed you to somebody that has a work ethic or a health regimen that's just phenomenal. Odds are he wants you to have that. He's just showing you this is possible. I did it for them. It worked for them. All you got to do is do it. You are not limited. Even if you feel and look limited, it is possible. So pay attention to the things that start catching your attention in a good way, in a positive way. It could be something God is using to kind of just catch your eye, because he's not exposing you to stuff because he don't want you better or doing better, or because you can't have it. Okay, so I have to go. All things are possible to them that believe. Do the self-work and don't make decisions that can last a lifetime based off of emotion or temporary feeling. Think about what you're doing, because everything you do produces an outcome. Every output produces something that comes back in. Okay. Bye, y'all. I know I said bye, but I just got to get this last thing out, because I am a firm believer that God is working on his people. He wants people more healed. He don't want you to go through that mental struggles, the hurt that you got to know how to let go and forgive at the end of the day. And the things that you are being exposed to could be answered to prayers. Stop looking for answers to prayers to be items and objects. Okay? Because sometimes you're not ready for the answer. So sometimes your answer to your prayers will come in a form of healing. Because let me deal with this first. You want to do this, but in order for you to do this, your body has to be able to maintain or tolerate or do this. Sometimes he'll start working on you, your body, your mind, your finances, your situations, so that when he gives you what you're asking for, you'll be able to sustain it and keep it and handle it properly. So understand that there are certain positions you have to be in to receive blessings. It ain't just gonna fall in your hands if you out of position. So the best way to be in position is also to do that self-work. I just felt like somebody did that. The best position you can be in is mentally sustained. Read your Bibles. Y'all be like, she always talk about God. Yeah, I don't look like I do, but this is my day to day. Pray. Forgive some people that hurt you. Let some stuff go that you think about every day. Give yourself a expiration date to say, after today, I'm not going to think about this no more. I'm not going to remember how you hurt me. It's not going to come up every time I see you. That's got to go, because you got to release stuff to even receive stuff. You got to let stuff out. Out with the old, out with the trauma, in with the blessings, in with the renewed mind, in with healing. Healing feel good. It ain't a good process. It don't feel good as you're going through the process. It's a lot of humbling you got to do. But the process is a process, and it takes what it takes. Again, goodbye.